Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of World Building. Let's continue with the environment. Today we are working on a small village and we are going to continue with the fences. I got some little changes that I need to do, and one of them was to change the size of the fences. So I'm going to go and search for the Manny, which is the character. And I'm going to just place it around here for reference, just to know how big the scale is. Good. And then I want to change the size of this. I feel like the fence it's a little bit too big, and we are going to make it smaller, and also we are going to get a little bit more entrances because it's actually blocking the whole path. So we would like to have a little bit more entrances, so the player can walk into the grass areas a little bit more easy without jumping over the fence. So to do this, I'm just gonna look for the fence that we are using, which should be around here. On BP spline fence, and under construction script I'm going to go to see the static mesh that we are spawning, which is SM SWF mod A1. That's a weird name for the fence, but no problem. Once we spawn that fence in the level, I would like to compare it to the character and try to make it smaller so it's nicer compared to the size of the character. So to do this, I'm going to go into the modeling tools and I'm going to go and scale this down 0.75, and we will have a smaller fence, maybe 0.8. That's kind of nice. It's around the waistline of the character. Maybe we can even make it 0.75 and just copy the location of the fence and paste the character, the location on the character, so we can actually check exactly how big this is going to be and compare it. Just gonna move the character around here. That's kind of nice. I think that's a good size for the fence. So once we are happy with the size of the fence, I'm actually going to keep this Manny character somewhere around for reference, in case we need it a little, in case we need it later for just checking the scale of stuff. Okay, so now that we have that, I'm going to go and I'm going to bake the scale on the modeling mode inside using the modeling tools plugin. I'm going to go to Xform and bake transform, and you can bake the scale and the rotation. The rotation is 0, so that's no problem. But if you don't want to bake the rotation, you can always check off the rotation. So good. And now all the fences got a little bit smaller, which is very nice. Okay, I'm gonna cut this out just delete the little thing right there, and we should probably, now it looks much nicer now that we have smaller fences. Now the next step is to actually get some more access to the player to the other areas, so we can play from here. And see how it feels. Takes about 10 seconds to play. Nice. So it feels much nicer. Feels much nicer, this height. Really like it. And we do want to have some spaces where you can actually walk through. You can jump over it, but the idea is to actually have some areas where you can actually walk through without having the fence in there. Spaces where you don't really need the fence. For example, this one is a nice example. Just having a little fence here, then cut, then you can walk around, no problem. We need more of those little entrances to the green areas. Nice. So this change is gonna take a little bit of time. It's gonna take a little bit of time to work on that. But there's another change that I would like to do before I do this, which is the landscape. I wanna change the landscape a little bit to flatten out where the buildings are. I don't want the landscape to be intersecting with the buildings, so I'm going to do that first, because that might modify some of the landscape where the fence is. So let's go step by step. First the landscape, then the fence, then we can start adding a little bit of props and start doing some set dressing. We can also get a little bit we can paint a little bit more the landscape, play a little bit more with that. So let's see, let's start from the beginning of the town. To modify the landscape, since we are using PCG graphs for procedural content generation, I'm going to just disconnect all the graphs that are sampling the landscape data. This will allow the landscape tools to work much smoother, since there's nothing sampling the points on top of the landscape surface. Spline, biome jungle, right here. And the swamp environment. Also just disconnect everything. That will make the whole thing just run much nicer. Super nice. And I'm going to go to landscape, and I'm going to choose the sculpting tools. Inside the sculpting tools, I'm going to use flatten. This will allow to flatten out the terrain so we can get a nicer flat ground where we need the buildings to stay right there. Just very carefully going to flatten out this area so the buildings feel more like they're part of the environment and not just buried into the landscape. This feels more like a construction, like a planned construction where people work on the landscape first. They prepare the soil, prepare the ground, and then they build upon. Okay, since it is a very big landscape, it gets a little bit laggy, but no problem. We're just gonna keep on going. I turn off all the forest here, which I'm going to be working on after the village, so hopefully we will get some of that progress today. And here I want to turn the thing into unlit mode, which will allow me to see better what I'm doing. Okay, so this flatten brush, it works in a very interesting way. You choose what area you want to flatten from. So this is the height I want to continue with, and you keep flattening from this height to outside to the other areas. The thing is that if you have a very big brush, sometimes it really doesn't allow for this, because it gets confused on what's the height that you're trying to really push. Okay, so here I'm gonna just try to move these rocks a little bit like that, and I'm going to flatten out this thing again, landscape, just to make this building really take this place. Right there, cut out a little bit here. Nice. Okay. Also here, I want this building to be a little bit more visible. There you go. There you go. And then we can use a little bit of the smoothing tools to smooth out a little bit this. This is totally buried into the hill, so let me just cut out a little bit here so we can actually have a nice kind of area where the building will sit on. Right here, I'm gonna cut out that. That's nice. And I'm going to also flatten out again, so we can get all of this soil away from the windows. Doesn't matter that it gets a little bit into the bricks on the ground, which also makes sense to get a little bit of that, because with erosion and time, things get accumulated. Soil and terrain gets accumulated, but we don't want it to. For example, here, we can use the erosion tool, which will help us erode this a little bit, make it feel a little bit more natural, and then we can go into the flattened brush and try to push that terrain a little bit farther away, like that. Like this. Okay, and then with the smoothing brush and a little bit of a bigger brush, we can, let's go 150, we can actually get this a little bit smooth. Nice. And this feels much nicer, because now it feels like the building is actually placed somewhere in the ground. And here I want to smooth it out as well, so we get this nice transition between the hill and the path. Okay, nice. Also here I want to smooth out a little bit this area right here. Nice. Okay, and right here. Okay, that's kind of nice. A little bit of smoothing. And here we want to actually flatten out this area as well. Let's push these rocks up and get the landscape tools. It's a good time to save since we made so many changes. It's kind of nice to save a little bit. Just flatten out and try to just cut out this area a little bit so it gets separated from the building just a tiny bit. And then smooth a tiny bit. Cool. Right there and right here. I think that's good enough. Much better than we had before. Again, another little smooth. Nice. And here. Perfect. Just a little. I'm just gonna push these rocks a little bit closer, and then we can like close it like this, just to give the illusion of like there's a lot of rocks in there that block out the way somehow, without intersecting into the building too much. Okay, maybe something like that. We can always get it better. Then push this down just to block the access to the town and make it very obvious that you need to walk through this path. Okay, that's kind of nice. We get this kind of square cut right here, and this rock right here, I think we can just move it and push it into a nicer position. Okay, good. That just gives the illusion that there's this happening there. We can push this one down, push it out, rotate, go like this, and here. That's kind of nice. All right. So this hill is very steep. Just gonna save again. Nice landscape. Then clean this up. Let's clean this little hill right there. Which is going to be right there. We can do this in several ways. We can do a ramp to cut this out, and maybe that's the smartest way to do it. We can just cut out this ramp. We can try to push it somewhere around this area like this and add ramp. It should probably cut the ground a little bit for us, so it's not like a continuous kind of, it's not like such a heavy drop, because it does feel a little bit weird just to cut the ground right there in front of the building. We want a little bit more of a smooth transition between that terrain. So here, add ramp. Nice. So let's see. Now I can just go to smooth and try to smooth it out. That's super nice. Also, we can go into erosion and try to erode this little hill a little bit so it feels more natural. Smooth a little bit so there's no like very harsh cuts in the landscape. Okay. Oops, and here we do want to cut this out as well. Let's just flatten it out. So we can actually access the building. That's nice. Okay, nice. And then we can smooth again. Nice. That feels much nicer. Okay, cool. Let's go into selection, save and save all. Okay, cool. I think that feels much nicer. Oof, now we got this very harsh cut on the player path. these are things that you don't notice don't notice until you really play with the character. There's like, it's kind of hard to tell how steep the terrain is from. These buildings are optimized. They don't have the interiors, but we can check, because I know that some buildings do have the interiors. So this version of the buildings, they don't have the interiors. I need to look for the buildings that do have the interiors. I know a lot of them do have interiors. So the idea is to replace these ones with the ones that have interiors. I will look for those assets to see if we do have the interiors. Okay, now it feels much nicer. Now with a little ramp, I think we can get that going. So let's save this and check if we got the interiors. So I made the fence a little bit smaller as well. Let me show you. And we're gonna get the cuts, get more entrances and openings, so like it's easier to walk into the grassland. And let me just check. Now I'm just finishing the landscape and flattening it out so the buildings don't get buried inside. You see like this area right here? Now it feels much nicer, the height of the fences. You can jump over them pretty easily, but I'm gonna make more openings like the ones we had in here. Let me show you. For example, here I made an opening, so you can just simply walk inside like this. So we're gonna get more of those openings, so you can actually go here and go there. You see how the landscape is like eating up the house? Yeah, some places are going to be closed. I don't think we're gonna have interiors everywhere because it's gonna be very expensive for the game. But I know we do have interiors. Let me look it up. Let me look this up, because I know that if I go and look for this and we go into the prefabs, we got the castles. We got the where is it? Bonus attachments. We got the castle. Let's see where it is. I remember having the interiors. Let's see, preset. These presets, these houses are the ones I'm using, and these do not have the interior. They have the door closed. But I remember having one, like I remember having interior houses. Let me see. One way to check this out is vehicle prop textures, materials, meshes, buildings, presets. We got some presets here. Do they have? No, I don't think they have the interior ones. Let me just check one thing. If we go to the city right here, some of them do have interiors, I remember. Yeah. There will be many buildings that we are not going to be able to enter, but like I can definitely create the interiors for them. But I remember, for example, this one. Some of them do have the interiors. Let's see. Let's go on lit. Oh, there you go. Yeah, we got some interiors right here. I think these are not prefabs, but we can get those ones that have interiors. and create a preset from them. Let me play from here so I can show you. I don't know if the collisions are going to work, but let's see. Oh, there's no lighting here. Oh, sorry. Oh, damn. Yeah, there's no lighting because I but you see, we got some interiors here. You can go upstairs and we have a dead horse inside the house. Like, what is this? Like, are you serious? We got other interiors right here, I guess. Yeah, we do have interiors. For the king area, we do have the interiors. Let's see, let's go here. Right there, let's go here. Where is it? The king room. Let me see the king room. I remember the king room being somewhere around here. Oh, a little tavern. Nice. I haven't seen this one. Nice. Okay. Yeah, there you go. This is the king room right here. This is what they show in the. So we do have a lot of interiors for these assets. I don't see. This is like the optimized version. It's just that if I go here and look for presets, models, props, character bonus, attachments, I don't see the presets with the interiors on these buildings specifically. We go to buildings, presets, and they are called optimized, meaning that it's everything inside is cut, but it's not a big deal. We can build nice interiors for these buildings, and we can reference ourselves on these ones. We can reference ourselves on the ones that do have interiors. Let's see here. Yeah, you see they are totally cut out from the inside. You see here. Let's see. Let's go on lit. Oh, some of them do have. What is this? A dead horse sleeping? Like, these guys are crazy. Jesus, what's going on with these guys? Oh, we have a double wall right there. I see. Little problems, but double wall. So yeah, let's see other buildings like this. Do they have interiors? Yeah, we do have interiors in some areas. That's a very nice working station right here. Let me see how it looks. Lit? Doesn't. We need some lighting inside. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna reference myself on this. You see, like these assets, these little things right here to add to the village. Little things like this, little things like that. Oh, we do have another interior here, but this is a different house. I see. On lit, let's go inside. And here we do have like a nice kind of restaurant, I guess, something like that. Yeah, like wine and some kind of oven. Let's see. Yeah, not all of them have interiors, but you see we have a farmland here that I can reuse on the other side. This whole castle, I kind of want to like change this because it's not gonna be like a village, but it's going to be more like the Lord Darius kind of fortress. So I really want to like make it look like symmetrical, like very, very, very strong. That's a very nice tower right here. And yeah, we got all of these assets. Let me show you for the farm areas right here. Yeah, that's not a problem. We can just open up the door and create the interiors. I did that for one of the swamp houses. Like, look at this right here. This house was closed. Where is it? Right there. This house was closed, and I opened it up. I made the door have moss and everything, and we can go into this little tiny area right here. You see, and I added some stuff, and we can really go in depth and create like all the interiors and stuff like that. That's super cool. And also these mushrooms, I can rebuild them and make them have the gills underneath and stuff. But that's just a lot of detailing, right? Like, for now we need to focus on the main thing. So let's go back to this village. And yeah, I mean, the idea is to step away a little bit from the presets, right? We want to step away from these presets as much as possible, so people are not like, oh, I've seen that before. It looks exactly like the, you know, the pictures on the store, right? We want to really step away from that. That's why I was telling you that I like to modify materials. I like to modify houses. Open them up, change the colors, grow moss on them. For example, add little stairways. Oh, we have a little open one here. Let's see, unlit. Oh yeah, we do have a little interior here. Nice. This is like a little storage house where I can put like a hay. I think that's how it's called. Like the, you know what horses eat. And yeah. So next step, it's the landscape. Let me just get the landscape a little bit done, and I will try to go as quick as possible, so we don't have this kind of intersection between the landscape and the buildings. And from here we can keep on building. It's gonna look very, very nice. I'm very excited. Then I want to add little grass, cut out the fences a little bit, and then I want to start adding more little props. And hopefully by today we should have this area a little bit more finished. Hopefully more finished than the swamp environment. So this will be like the most advanced area on the map. And here we have this windmill that I kind of want to make a little trail for. I kind of want to make like a little thing that you can walk on to it. That'll be super nice. And this other mage tower, I don't know if it's a mage tower or not. You see, and we can make these little things rotate right here. You can make it rotate and stuff with a little blueprint, with a rotator blueprint. It's super easy, like. So we can start adding a little bit of movement, and I'm super happy to tell you. I don't know how to call it, like John, I guess, that we are getting much better performance. I'm learning so much about optimization. Let me show you. If you go here into the visualization, optimization view modes, and you go into the shader complexity, it tells you what is taking performance from the scene. These fences are taking a little bit performance, but it's a brown color, so that's good. It's not that bad. But if you have white color, for example, like the water, you see this water, this is bad. This is very, very bad. And red means bad as well, but white is extremely bad. Oh, why are those red? That's interesting. You see this water? It's extremely bad right there. So we need to get rid of that and simplify it and make it nicer. Oh, these vines are red. Interesting. So I can tell what's going wrong with the environment. These shaders right here, these textures right here, they're very expensive. This will kill performance. This water right there. We can optimize the shader. We can make the trees, for example, these ones, they have some transparency and some stuff that it's very expensive. It doesn't need to be, everything doesn't need to be like green, right? Like you can have some stuff that it's a little bit red. As long as it's not pink or white, we are good. But we need to see how can we get it at least dark red, and we're gonna get much better performance. Let me show you the frame rates. So now if I go here into the screen percentage, the show frame rates, FPS, you get a little number on the screen that tells you how many frames per second is this running at. So we need to achieve at least 30 frames per second to make this nice. If we achieve 60, it's gonna be perfect. But now I'm gonna play. It takes a little bit, like 10 seconds. And I'm also cleaning up old assets and old redirectors, which are old references that were like bugging out the project. When you open it up, you needed to wait like 5 minutes or more to open. Now I'm cleaning that up and it's opening way faster. And I'm super happy about it. Really, you see, now we're getting about 38 frames per second, 35. And we don't have that like nasty like frame drops anymore. And it's like performing much better. But we can get this to run even nicer if we get baked lighting, because Lumen is super expensive. So if we bake the lighting, which is gonna give us like very nice results, because it's like a processed lighting. So the computer goes like, let's say it's like a offline render, you know, the computer takes some time to calculate the lighting, it bakes it into the texture, and then it does not calculate it anymore in real time. So you can save a lot of performance, and you can get very good results on it. So yeah, I'm really liking this thing. And here we got a we can make it run on 100, but we need to I need to sit down with raw and like get things straight. For example, all the foliage that moves is very heavy on performance. All the water shaders are heavy on performance. The map is very big. If we make small levels, for example, if we go into the, let's say this is one level, and then we go into the green forest, this is a loading screen, and this area is just another level, then we can achieve very great performance. Because if we are loading all these islands at the same time, it's very heavy for the computer, right? It needs to think about all of this at the same time. But if we break it down into smaller levels, we can really achieve much nicer visual fidelity and performance. So I think that that's the best solution we can actually go for. Make little loading screens, and they will load very quickly if we make them like in a smart way, and we can make very cool art for each of the loading screens. So each level will have a nice, beautiful loading screen that you can look at. We can even, we can make a nice image. So you walk into the area. Don't worry. I'm just very happy, you know, that I'm figuring out a lot of stuff, and it's going to be super nice. Okay, so the next step is the landscape. Let's just get that going. So I'm getting I'm getting so better with this, so much better. Oh, look at this, I haven't done the orange forest little. Oh, interesting. I need to add the other folder, which is the orange forest biome. This is under let's see, where is this? Control B. Orange forest biome. Oh, okay, it's this folder. Let me change the color so we have everything organized. And this orange forest biome is gonna go here. I'm gonna change all the trees from the orange forest and the green forest. That's the next step. Let me just try to finish this village as nice as possible so we get a nice kind of more finished area. And then I will continue with the next forest and go on like that. And super nice. Very excited with the new areas we got. And also I will try to work on the dragon shape of the island. I'm gonna try to do that today as well. So let's go. Today I want to achieve a lot of progress. Let's go into landscape. Let's get the flatten brush, cut out a little bit of the landscape, and let's continue. Also, I got a very good blueprint that was given to me by a viewer that gave me a very nice blueprint that I want to test today. And I want to test a free, well, not a free plugin, but we got a month for free, which is called Dash, that will help us a lot with the world building. So I really want to try that out today. I'm very excited about that. So let's get this flattened out right here. Look, you see how cool? Like we flatten out the ground and the trees just fall down to the landscape. It's super nice. Okay, cool. Nice. We're gonna flatten out this so we can actually walk into right there. Super cool. Nice. Also, the camp and the ruins that we had here before, I saved them as a preset so we can like reuse them in other areas. So all that work is not being lost. This is a very smart thing that environment artists do. They just save presets, like prefabs, and they can like reuse them, modify them again, and you start like from a very nice kind of template kind of thing. It saves a lot of time. So we're just gonna cut out a little bit here the mountain because we don't want this to intersect with our building right here. Just gonna cut out a little bit. Nice. And that little tree, we can also cut it. We don't want it to grow inside the house. We're just gonna cut out this little thing right here. And we're gonna get this going. Nice. So here what we do is we're gonna use the smoothing tool a little bit to smooth out this hill and smooth out a little bit here. Okay, then we're gonna go into the foliage tools right here, and we're gonna select the little pine trees that we are using and erase them from this area because we don't want trees growing into the build, into the house. So right here, do I have the brush going? Okay, when I delete foliage, I usually select all my foliage, go to erase, and I get a brush about 150 in size, and then I can just go and delete these little trees right there. Okay, cool, nice. And this one also I want to delete it. All right, this hill is very steep. Let's go into the landscape and erode it so it's a little bit more of a smooth slope. And first of all, a little flatten out here, and then let's get into the erosion. Erosion is gonna really push the land down, so after we do erosion we need to flatten out a little bit more right here, and we're gonna flatten out this area right there. And now what I like to do is just double check and see if we are getting the right height. Nope, we are not getting the right height, so we need to flatten out a little bit closer to the structure. Okay, I like this. Now, oh, you see, you have a little door underneath the house, behind the house. So we're gonna push this land a little bit down. So there's actually a little room to access that door in case we want to. We want to really take all of these entrances in consideration to give the environment a believable feeling of everything kind of makes sense where it's actually placed. Okay, here I'm going to just hide this house and see if we actually got everything flattened out. And we're gonna get this big chunk of landscape intersecting the house. So no problem, we go back to landscape and get this chunk cut out. And let's go here. Just flatten that out. Good. Good. I was also watching some PCG videos today. Wow, we can really do some interesting stuff. Seriously, like I'm so excited about PCG. Okay, so now that we have this going, we go back to selection and save, and then we go down here. I'm going to push this little rock around this area. Doesn't really matter. These rocks I'm going to work out a little bit later. I'm going to make them look super nice, give them a hierarchy from big rocks to medium rocks to small rocks, and to spawn to make everything appear, you go Ctrl H and appears everything that you hidden, everything that you hide on the scene, which is a great shortcut that I learned by mistake. Because I usually go to the outliner and click on the thing. So here I'm going to just try to get this rock around. Doesn't really matter this for now. Nice. So we can also, now it looks like it's actually well placed in the environment. It feels very nice, and now we are getting a little bit of intersection here. This is probably one of the hardest things to do on world building. There's a land patch plugin that will help you push down the environment down, so you can make a blueprint where you have a house and you place it and it just flats out the floor for you. That's super awesome, but it's very expensive on performance. It works for a very small landscape, but if you have a huge landscape like this, I don't recommend that. I tried it out and it was not working for me. I had a hard time with that little thing. Not because the plugin doesn't not work, it's just simply because my landscape is too big for that. It was not the way to achieve that. So here we have these points that you can drop to the ground by pressing end, the end key, which is super convenient. But if the point goes below the landscape, you don't want to do it because it will just go crazy like that. Okay, so nice. We not gonna touch these fences too much for now until we get all the landscape fixed. So let's continue. We got one little building going, we got another building here. Also, we need to fix all the staircases so they make sense and you can actually walk through them. The little tiny things that go into world building. This is where hand placement really shines. This is where like you get all these little details and it makes it feel super nice. But it's always good to, you see the land patches right here? I have this plugin enabled. I'm gonna disable it actually, But this plugin, Land Patches, you can make some very cool stuff with it. Yeah, yeah. Just maybe not for this landscape, because it's too big. We got a very big landscape. That's why we need to break down the level in little chunks, and then we can play a little bit more with those kind of plugins. So yeah, let's go. I'm super happy to work on this, because now we are getting a little bit more on the artistic side of things. I'm super happy to get a little bit more on the artistic side, since we were very caught up on the technical aspect, which is always nice to jump from the technical to the artistic and to the technical, like just switch around them is very important. But I really enjoy this more of an artistic live streams, where you can like just really relax and do make things look super nice. This is what I really like. But remember that no matter what you do in Unreal, there's always a smarter way. There's always a better way to achieve these things. So you always need to keep researching, always need to be open to new tools and possibilities, because there's always a better way to achieve faster and better results. Let's paint a little bit the landscape right here, just a tiny little bit here. This landscape material, I'm talking a lot with a friend of mine called Ninja, and he's recommending me a lot of landscape materials to really get something interesting for the landscape painting, which is a very big part in world building, because this landscape material I have, it's very basic and it's not really performing. It's not causing performance issues, but it's we can go a little bit more complex and achieve like very nice effects, adding more layers, grass types, adding auto landscape features like height that will paint the landscape automatically for us, where it goes high and low, and we can achieve some very interesting effects still with this stylized effect look, you know. So super happy to get a little bit more into the landscape, which is a complex topic. It's a very complex topic, because there are so many ways to do landscape materials. It's very interesting, yeah. Ninja, it's a friend of mine on the Discord channel. We usually just jump into my Discord hangout, and he uses a lot of Cinti assets, and he was actually showing me the Gothic, the dark fantasy one, and I saw it in real time and stuff. Whoa, super nice. And he's also talking about the animation of the Cinti characters, and it's a very interesting guy. I need to introduce you to him. He's a very cool guy. And he gives me a lot of advice and stuff. He also helped me with the PCG nodes to optimize them and stuff. This is a very positive aspect of live streaming, because you get somebody who knows more than you, and he just helps you out. I've been getting a lot of help from the people on the chat. They just make suggestions, and then I go and research, and that'll be awesome. He's a very busy guy. He has his own construction company and everything. He has his own thing going on, but I think he will appreciate. I think he will be interested just in joining us, because he likes the blueprinting stuff. He likes to problem solve, and he was showing me some plugins. he was showing me some real interesting assets, very expensive assets, not like 3D art assets, but like plugins to create rivers, to create landscape materials, to create waterfalls, some very advanced stuff. And I was like, whoa. And these plugins are very expensive. We're talking about $100 plus plugins. And there's one plugin that I'm really interested in, and it's a spline plugin. Really want to see if I can, if we need it or not, because I'm gonna use this dash plugin, which has similar features, but this spline plugin that he has, you can do, like, you can grow stuff on top of buildings, and you can just make roots go around stuff, and it's just some crazy stuff. I've never seen a spline plugin like that. Yeah, this is how games are made. You have like very good tools for that, and you can create very intricate things. So yeah, that's why I was worried about the Cinti character animations, because we talked about this with Ninja, and he had some experience with that, and actually he found a way how to move the little bones with the animation, so we can fix how much the character leans forward or backward, and you can fix a lot of issues with that stuff. So it's super interesting. Like, I can't believe that I get to meet people like this and just learn so much from them. It's very, very cool stuff. That's probably what I most enjoy about working with live streaming. You just get to talk to very interesting people. So let's continue with the landscape. I like the lighting so much. Let's go into sculpt and flatten out. I'm just gonna flatten out this little area right here. Oof, I can't wait to actually... I was looking at a video on how to spawn moss on top of the rooftop and a lot of things, but I need to remember that we need to keep things as... We need to think about performance. That's the main goal right here. Also, I need to remember that I have a very strong computer, and we need to make this run on anything, on a very slow computer. Your computer is pretty good. I'm not saying that, right? But like, we want people who have a very basic computer to be able to run the game, right? So we need to think about that, because it's not about how it looks, it's about how it plays. It's a game at the end of the day. Obviously, if you can make it play good and look good, then you get that magic about that magic in video games, where it's like, wow, this looks amazing, it feels amazing, it plays amazing. Let's go. That's the beauty about video games. Okay, so we got this flattened out, very nice. It looks much nicer, it looks placed properly. Let's save this and save. Yes. As soon as I deleted the Viking island, performance went very good. We had some issues with that. Oh, you see, we have a little entrance here that we have no fence. We're blocking, so I'm gonna redo this fence a little bit, and I'm gonna think where I'm going to break the fence, and I'm gonna place just a little cube, and then I will rework the fence. But for now, I want to finish the landscape, which is sculpt. flatten. Right there, just a little bit. Nice, like that, good. I'm gonna try to move forward a little bit quicker. I'm just gonna try to cut out a little bit here, right here. And also this tree, I don't like that tree growing in there. You see, with PCG graph, you cannot just move the tree like that. You cannot simply just select it and move it. But with foliage tools, I can go into select it right there, right here. Select the tree. For some reason, it's not being selected. Oh no. Oops. So let's just deselect everything. Select the pine trees. Select the tree. Okay. Well, if you cannot select the single tree, you just go and delete it. Like that. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you don't select the right trees and it happens. It's okay, no problem. Sometimes the foliage tools also have a little bug, but that's no problem. Now we just cut out that tree. We can place it again later. But what I was trying to say is that the beautiful thing about foliage tools is that you can really select each individual tree, move it, scale it, rotate it, do whatever you want with it, like a single asset. It's such a powerful tool. It's kind of fun because PCG, it's a more advanced version of foliage tools. It's like they have a lot of common. A lot of the options in the foliage tools are the options you can set up on the PCG graph. Nice. So let's continue. This is good. This is good. Let's see. Let's cut out this little tiny grass going here. Let it cut out here. Okay, cool. Nice. Nice. Okay. Okay, I like this. Okay, let's cut out this also right here. Cool. That's it. No more. It works. Let's go save and save. Save. Let's hide. And let's cut out this little bump here on the ground. So if we ever get the interiors, we won't have any issues with the landscape. So let's just fix that immediately so we don't run into issues later. Let's just cut out this. Yep. Now we have this flattened area where we can really just walk inside the building, no problem. Let's check it out. Nice. Nice, nice. Also, let's just smooth out this little hill right here. Just smooth out a little bit. Nice, to make it look nicer, a little bit more natural. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Just, yep, leave it there. And let's go save and Control H. And we got the house back. Okay, cool. Let's double check in here. Oops, we have a little bit of things there. So let's go landscape and cut. I mean, flatten out right here. So I'm just gonna like come here and flatten out this area super quick. Flatten out. Might as well just paint it over, which is paint and go green layer. Just paint over a little bit so we don't have any weird spots. We can paint a little bit of brown in here, no problem. And then we go selection, save, Control H. Okay, we got most of the houses going. Let's double check this one as well. Yeah. Oh, I I see it's not flattened out. Let's go into the landscape and just a little quick. It's always good to do this. This is like a good practice, you know, because one day you will like to move to have the interiors. Someday, I mean, that day will come where you will want to have interiors, and then it's like, oh, we need to modify the landscape, oh, we need to repaint the landscape. So let's just do it right now and have everything in place. That's kind of nice. Sometimes this layering is not so sweet. So yeah, for some reason I'm not able to paint properly with this brush. We're gonna get this fixed. I'm having some issues with the layers on the landscape material. Yeah, this happened to me another day with a realistic environment I was working. There's something I still don't understand about these layers. Okay, it's like really trying to subtract the other one. It doesn't need to be perfect for now. I think that's good enough. Let's try to appear the building. First of all, let's try to flatten out. Oh, paint, flatten. Oh, you see, we have a smooth, flatten, and noise inside the painting tools. We need to use the paintbrush. This gets a little confusing sometimes when you are changing between sculpting and painting. That's probably the problem that I was having. Because this works perfectly when you are using nanite tessellation, meaning like you are using displacement map on your terrain that will displace little details. That works very good for that. But for a really flat environment like this, it doesn't really work and gets confused. Let's go smooth a little bit, just a tiny bit. Okay, that's great. Let's continue with the other building. So here I'm going to Ctrl H. Nice. Does it look good? Feels very nicely placed. Okay, double check just to see intersection on the floor. Looks sweet. Here we do have a little slope. It's okay. Looks like some erosion. That's nice. So that's approved. And this one is okay. Also, let's go here into the landscape. Paint. Let's get a little bit of this. And then we paint with this one. You see, it has its kind of weird way of working. Ctrl H. So we have a little border, a little brown border in between, underneath the bricks. It's kind of nice to have that little border on where the bricks touch the grass. It's kind of nice. Makes it a little bit more like feel in place. Okay, so let's continue. We got this other building which is also touching the mountain. Oh, this is buried. Okay, so let's go here and just cut out a little bit. Here we need some staircases. And let's go sculpt, flatten. Okay, let's go. Let's push this out right here. Boom. Good. Beautiful. Give it a second for the program to reload, or not reload, but get those changes set. Nice. Good. Beautiful. So here I'm going to also flatten out this hill because we want I cannot see what I'm doing, so usually I just grab the pines and hide them. and then I go back to, let me just save, and then I go to landscape, flatten, landscape, sculpt, flatten, and then I go here and I start flattening this out. Let's just push the ground a little bit down. Let's get all of this a little bit down. Nice. I want to push this a little bit more so we can get a little bit more of that terrain on the right spot, which is around this height. Let's push that down. Okay, cool. Right here. Okay, let's go and cut a little bit more so it's not falling into the house. Okay, cool. Okay, here I'm just gonna cut again. Yep, let's cut that out again. Let's push this right there. Nice. A little bit more right there. I like this line exactly right there. Okay, and let's flatten out. Okay, I really like this. Here, let's see how deep it's going. Okay, this house is going very, very deep into the thing. We can also just go in here and push this house up a tiny bit until we reach that nice connection. We want this to reach exactly the first step. Oh, there you go. That feels nice. Okay. That feels good. There's nothing floating. Everything's on the ground. Feels very good. And here I'm gonna cut the mountain out a little bit so it feels more natural. Let's go landscape and cut out this little curve because it does not look nice. We can make the brush, let's keep the brush small so we don't get any issues. So let's cut out the mountain a little bit more around like that. We can cut it out. We can also smooth it a little. We can smooth it out. Yep, we can smooth it out a little bit here. That's cool. And we can do some erosion. The problem with the erosion brush is that it's going to make the ground fall into the ground, the landscape fall down like a landslide, and then we will get to flatten out things again. Let's give it a second. Oops. The landscape tools, they don't like when you do Control C on them, they don't like that. So I'm just gonna erode this little tiny thing right here, being careful not to, getting a little bit of a smooth heel, a little bit. Okay, just another pass around this area. Okay, and then I will smooth. Okay, cool. Let's smooth out a little bit so we don't have those harsh lines. Let's smooth out. We can get a nicer brush, which is 300. So here I'm gonna smooth out like this, just like that. Nice, that feels much nicer. Okay, so this heel we can also like work it out, give it a little bit of hydro so it breaks it a little bit nicer. So that's kind of cool. Nice. Let's continue with the next one. Okay, so the houses that were having most problems were the beginner one. Then we need to do it a little bit with this one. Then I need to do it a little bit with these that are touching the edges, and I think we are good with that. And then we can start actually set dressing, which is the most exciting part of today's work. We're gonna get a lot of props in here to make this actually feel alive. Cool. Just get that flattened. Yep, let's just go back to selection, save and save. And then I'm going to select this and hide. And here I want to flatten out because this terrain is not flat enough. Wow, time flies. Time really flies. You think that you can do this like in an hour or something? You think that you like, oh, this is just gonna take me an hour, and then you realize it's like, what? Things. It's very hard to measure the time something takes. That's why you need a lot of experience to be able to really use your time as efficiently as possible. Okay, let's go and show this. Here we have a little thing, a little problem that I remembered. This little bush right there, is that a static mesh? Nope, it is a little foliage actor. This little foliage, it's gone. I'm gonna just select all of my foliage actors, select them all, and erase. Beautiful. Cool. So here I'm going to find a sweet spot again for the landscape. Flatten. So here I want to flatten out these little gaps that we have. You see, I want to flatten from here and just make this a little bit nicer to walk on. Okay, now it feels much nicer, nice. We can also just come here and flatten out. Oof, not so much. You see, I messed it up because the brush is too big. It doesn't really understood what I wanted to flatten out. Okay, so let's try to get it a little bit like that. I see a little gap right here that I don't want. Oh, nope, not like that. Oops. Whew. Okay, patience. Let's go slow. There you go. Get that up. There you go. That's it. No more. Very softly. So it. Okay, I like this. Here we need to work a little bit on with a ramp tool. Here we can also just flatten out a little bit this area so it feels nicer. It's kind of cool to have some kind of like twisted trails, paths, but you need to do it in a very careful way, because if not it just looks like messy, very messy, and not, it doesn't look like you did it on purpose, and that's a problem. It's like, what? This guy just didn't got the flatten. Let's get this flattened a little bit. So here we can also just smooth out a little. Smooth out this thing a little bit right here. Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, let's let the foliage regenerate a little bit. Okay, here can also try to smooth this a little, not too much. And here also we need to flatten out a little bit here so it feels a little bit nicer, like this. Just like that. Not too much, because now we need to smooth. There you go, there you go. That feels nice. That feels nice right there. Also here I would like to flatten out a little bit. Oh, we need a smaller brush. We need definitely a smaller brush right here. Let's go 100. Speaker. Oh, speaker bot is not even on. Okay, speaker bot right there. Totally forgot this about the speaker. Okay, does it actually? Okay, it's thinking a little bit. It's the Control-C. It doesn't like to go back. Oops. Please don't crash on me. Don't crash. It's nice to save often, because if you accumulate a lot of changes in the landscape and then Control-C, it gets stuck. It doesn't like that. Alright, we are almost done with the landscape. It was auto-saving. Okay, good. Good, safe, good. Let's continue. Let's flatten out this little area right here. Flatten out. That's great. I like this. We're gonna get some nice stairs for this as well. Good. And then let's just cut around this area. Good. Right here. Okay, nice. We're gonna get here and cut out. This is a very interesting building because it has a very small bottom but a very big top. Very interesting shape. Okay, cool, just cut it out like that, no problem. Nice, and then just cut out here also, right there. Okay, cool. It's getting very hot right here. Whew. And I don't want to make the air conditioning too cold because then I will get a sore throat because my hair is very wet right now. It takes so long to dry. It's kind of funny. That's kind of cool, I think. Nice. All right, so this is great. Okay, now we can actually start set dressing a little bit. I think I got most of the buildings worked out. Let me just get my little thing to. Where's it? Nice, I got my hair out of the way. Let's get this colder a little bit. The temperature is very high outside, so the air conditioning needs a little push. So let's continue. Let's do a super quick check. Super quick check to see if every building is beautifully placed. So here we got a little bit of a weird little slope that I don't really like right here. So I'm gonna go into the landscape tool and just work this out a little bit. Just gonna flatten out this little thing right here. I'm gonna cut it out right there. That's nice. Then I'm gonna get the smooth brush right there. I'm gonna make it bigger by 150. Smooth out a little bit. That's good. Feels nice. I like this. Little stip, no problem. no problem. Let's get it a little smooth in here. Doesn't need to be perfect, as long as it makes sense with the buildings. So let's get it a little bit here, a little curve. More like mountains usually go. They don't have these sharp cuts. They're a little bit more eroded. Here I'm gonna go into the flatten tool, and here I'm gonna go into flat 200. Let's go and push this little thing right there. Let's push the mountain a little bit farther away from the building, right there. Okay, that's very good. Okay, cool, nice. Okay, cool. Let's push this a little bit farther away, just a tiny bit. Okay, nice. Nice. Also here, I'm just gonna flatten out this little terrain. Oh, you see, I did the opposite. I think that's good, that works. No more. Okay, here we have the same problem, just grab it and push it from the oh, we need some staircases here. Okay, that's the next step, adding staircases. Let's just cut out a little bit, just flatten out so it looks nicely placed. Sweet. Let's get here, boop. Let's cut out a little tiny bit so it feels more nicer. Here I'm gonna just go and cut the heel a tiny bit more, just cut it out like that. And I'm going to go into the smooth tool, and I'm gonna make it 250. Also, we don't want it to be too big and too strong, the brush, because then it will smooth out more than we need. Oops. Okay, and again here, let me go into the flatten brush and just flatten out a little bit. We're gonna go a little bit heavier with this. Now that we got a little bit more of the hang, we are warmed up. Okay, let's go. Let's get this going. Great. Again, just safe and safe. And let's go into the flatten brush one more time. Flatten, and we're gonna pick up this altitude and just flatten out a little bit more. Cut out this mountain. Just go like this. Whoop. Good. Nice. Does it feel good? Oh, I broke this little tiny house. Let's go make the brush 150. And let's very carefully get this little house a little tiny space so it can hold itself into the ground. Okay, cool. I think that's it. Nice. I like this. Here, I don't like this. Let's cut those. Oh, that terrain. This flatten brush is super powerful, but you need to be careful. If you don't grab the altitude, the height that you want, well, you can really mess up all your work. Okay, I like this, and also let's make this little thing a little bit higher for this little house to have like a backyard kind of thing. That's it. So I'm going to smooth out here a little bit like this. Just give it a nice smooth so it's not so sharp. Alright, cool. Nice. Let's go here. Boop. Sweet. Okay, and I think that's it for the landscape. Well, not really. I'm just, I'm gonna go hard with this. I'm just gonna finish this off right now because I don't really want to be playing with this landscape too much. Don't want to be like, oh, let's go back. Let's just finish it right now and make it nice from the beginning. So there's no need to work a lot on it. That's probably the hardest thing to do as an artist, to decide when something is good to go. Like, that's what really defines like a more experienced artist from a beginner. Like, a more experienced artist will know when to stop. It's like, nope, that's good enough, let's continue. Because that's the problem with art. You get tangled a lot. You are like, I know I can make it better, and yes, you can, for sure. But knowing when to stop is the magic in being an artist. It's like, that's good enough, let's continue. That's good enough, let's continue. And when you really focus on the main picture, the whole picture, instead of one little detail, you start really seeing something beautiful come up. And I see a floating window here. Are you serious? What is this? are you joking? Like, oh my god. What is this little window doing here? Okay. This is the moment where I say this is so good that I recorded all the process and I can go back to yesterday's video. I can understand what exactly happened, but thankfully my memory is good to remember that I worked on the blacksmith windows. So I'm just going to go and look for the blacksmith preset right here, and I should be able to find it. Is it? Okay, no. Let's go. Is it this one? No. It's the optimized one. Okay, right here. Okay, this is the blacksmith building, and this one. Do you have the? We have the windows. Perfect. So yeah, I remember modifying these windows because we were having some extra windows, and I used the modeling tools to change this asset. Everything looks good. I just had a little bit floating window that I needed to delete. So great. Everything's good now. Let me put this here. It's just one glass. Okay. Yeah. I need to go to the generated folder, which is right here, and I need to place this asset in the right folder. This is some housekeeping that you really need to do before. Things get very confusing on your content browser. Let's just go to content and let's put blacksmith, and I have the blacksmith windows. It's called SM building preset blacksmith 01 glass optimized, and this needs to go to the castle preset right there. Move here. And this one, which is just a little window that has nothing to do, right there, this little plane, it's gonna get deleted because we don't really need that, causing confusion. So let's go to presets, and we should be able to have our glass and our building. So if we grab both of them and we place them together, they should hold beautifully together. Let's see. So the glass is already included in the building right here. Huh, why is that? If the other ones already had the window separated. Anyways. Those are the glasses from the blacksmith. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. So, well, let me just test one little thing. So we have this little preset, and then I have the windows separated. For some reason, it got merged into one single asset, which it's totally fine. Doesn't really matter. The right thing to do is actually come here, go to modeling tools, generate attributes, normal deviation, cut out the glass in case we want to change the glass material in the future. It's just no big deal. Now,
hello, how goes the world building?
hey, what's up, Shadow? How are you? Very good. Right now I'm just finishing with the landscape. I was trying to make a flat land for each of the buildings. So let me hide all of these trees so you can get a better look at it. Right here I just hid it, got all the foliage hidden, and here I'm making these flat areas for the buildings. So I think I'm almost done with this, and then I will start with the set dressing.
I see that you are working on a town. How many main cities will there be to look forward to?
Oof, many. Oh, many more areas. It's gonna be very interesting. I'm very excited about this actually. We got a lot of areas, and a lot of good stuff is coming up. We're gonna have underground cities, temples. We're gonna have a bunch more interesting stuff. It's gonna be very big and interesting. We're gonna have a plagued village and a lot of stuff. I really trying to go step by step and focus on one area at a time. But yes, we're gonna have some very interesting stuff up here. Let me just flatten out this thing. Just trying to finish with the landscape because it takes a lot of work to just get this nice, and I kind of want to just let it as finished as possible. And I cannot use the word finish because this is gonna go over iteration and it's gonna go through changes and stuff. So the only thing you can really do is enjoy the process and continue working and have a great communication with your team so you can make their vision come to life as good as possible. That's what my goal is, really trying to make their vision come to reality inside Unreal Engine. But yeah, I'm super excited. We're gonna have mage towers, libraries, underground arenas, a shadow fortress, abandoned castles, ruins that go underground, a coastal city with a tavern, a bunch of little areas. So I'm super excited because I actually got a little bit of the story now. I know a little bit more about the game, what is going to happen in each area. So I'm really excited about this. Very happy. Okay, cool. I like this. And now we should start with my favorite part, which is placing props. I don't know how much should I talk about this, but yes, we do want to have some stuff like that. We do want to have some stuff like that. I really like that. Those kind of topics, those kind of themes. I really like stuff like that. Definitely, I want to have a cemetery where these kind of creatures appear and stuff. My brain is just like, I'm trying to visualize all the map together, and it's so hard to visualize it. But that's what I'm really excited about, because every time I work on it, it's like we are closer to that point where it's not like you don't need to imagine it anymore. You can just look at it, and it's like the best feeling. So you can share that vision, share that with people, and it's like it's not an idea anymore. It's already here. You can look at it. You can walk around it. It's super nice.
Epic, but yes, I understand. Not too many spoilers, but awesome to look forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I will be streaming the process, so people will be able to see the areas and stuff. But obviously, I cannot talk much about the story or what is going to happen in each area. But
and that is also what I wanted to ask. Is there a Kickstarter?
I don't think so. I don't think my team is gonna want. Yeah, I don't think they want to do a Kickstarter. I think it's just gonna be a self-funded project, and then oops, I used the wrong brush. I think it's gonna be a self-funded project, and then we I don't know if they're gonna release a demo and stuff, and I'm not really sure how that's going to work. I would like to be sincere. I don't really like Kickstarters, to be sincere. I don't want to promise something that is not made. I kind of like to release a demo, and if people like it, they can wish, how do you call it? Put the game on the wish list, and when it releases, people can support it. And if they like the first part, we can work on part 2 and stuff, something like that. Because I think it's a lot of pressure. If you promise something and then don't deliver.
Stop that leads to a cloud city would be something maybe.
That would be so cool, cloud cities. I like that a lot. For sure. Yeah, I was really thinking about making a floating city. That's a very good idea. Okay, so we got most of it. Most of it. Going here, I'm just gonna smooth out this little area. But yeah, I'm very happy with where the thing is going. Also with the environment, I really like what the next areas and how are the areas going to be used and stuff. It's very nice. still like it's very everything's in like work in progress, right? So a lot of changes are.
Should I prepare the PC that answers many people's questions?
That would be amazing, babe. I mean, John, yeah. But I will wait a little bit. You don't want to create any expectation, people, yet. I rather be a Discord. I think he meant Discord. There's this game that won like the best best game of the year. This RPG. How is it called? It's a small team and they just released the game without saying anything, and it was like absolutely amazing. Like nobody was expecting it. It was just like, what? Where this game came from? Like, what is this? I kind of like to do things in that way.
There be a separate Discord.
John right here, he's the director of the game. He's the person who hired me to do the environment. So he's basically the director and the owner of the game. And I think he wants to make a Discord for people to ask questions about it. But I think it's a little bit early. We need to take it easy a little bit and have the main mechanics and a nice vertical slice, like a workable demo. Hey, WalletNet, how are you? I think that's the best idea for me. I forgot the name of this RPG. I need to look it up. Super famous RPG that got a lot of awards, and basically it came from Baldur's Gate, I think it's called. Those guys, I mean, they just came out from.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, John.
It's that game came from nowhere and basically got everybody blown away. It was like, what is this like? And everybody liked it so much. So I think that's the best way of doing things. Just have a very nice demo, a very nice showcase, and then just push it. There's no need to create expectations.
I also find that's early, but I think many people got ideas when they see the screen.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of good ideas from people on the chat. It's super nice what they say. Obviously, obviously, we really need to talk with Raw to see what's possible, what's not possible, and stuff like that. Cause
The sad thing about BG3 is the lack of continuation of the story.
really, I heard other. Yeah, I need to learn more about the game, cause I heard people saying other things about it.
Like a separate after story would keep the game up more than now.
Oh, I see what you mean. It's hard to make a continuation. It's very hard. Like, it's one of the toughest things in script writing. It's one of the toughest things, because usually you have the journey of the hero and it ends in a point, and if you want to continue that journey, it's super hard to do it. It's actually one of the hardest things to do with movies and scripts and books. Is you need to really think about how is this going to work. You need to think all the options. You need to basically be bulletproof, kind of thing, for it to make sense. So I totally understand what you're saying. And usually when you look at a movie, right, and a sequel, it's very hard to make it better than the first one. That's why I think that you need to think about one single story, just one single story, and then you break that single story into 3 chunks. That's it. But it's one story that you play through different stages. I think that's the best way to do it. But still, like, it's a hard topic. It's a very hard topic to get right. Okay, here I'm going to go into landscape smooth. Yep. Alright, so let's just...
Like, don't get me wrong, solid game, but when you beat the story and down it so many times it gets boring and kills the game, but just an epilogue or more side quests would keep the game open for years.
I see. Yeah, replayability, right? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but yeah, making a game like replayable, it's difficult. It's for sure something difficult, especially an RPG. It's a tough thing to achieve, but it's definitely something to think about, right? How can we make it replayable? And I think that actually there are some solutions to this. Okay,
This was just shown on my feed. Sub give it.
Thank you so much. There's a vertical stream and a horizontal stream, guys. So if you want to check the Unreal Engine settings and everything that I'm actually doing, like the technical side and stuff, you can go into my YouTube channel, and there you will be able to find the horizontal stream and the vertical. I'm streaming on both, so I get people interested through the shorts feed, because I think it's a very nice way to get new people into the channel and interested in the stream. And I get this question a lot, like, hey, why can I see the full screen version? But also, if you enjoy the vertical stream, there's no problem. You can always just watch the world building. For example, for today, it's gonna be very fun because I will be placing a lot of assets. But there are other days where it gets very technical, and I do a lot of blueprint work and procedural generation, and the vertical stream does not get to see the options and all the menus I'm like opening and working. Alright, so let's just hide all the buildings, and this is the village without the buildings. Let me just make sure everything is looking nicely and placed.
Do you ever do green print work?
Checkpoint professor, hey, what's up? Green print work. I don't know what that is. What do you mean by that? Is it like green print work? I'm not sure what that is. Let's delete this little box doing the foliage and erase that little one here and this one. Okay, sometimes it doesn't.
Not like blueprints, but it has some yellow mixed in with it.
That's funny. Yeah, I got the joke. I do a lot of PCG, even though I'm just learning. I'm using a lot of PCG. But no, I'm not an expert in blueprints or green prints at all. But I do like it a lot when when things work out. Okay, let me just check out something. Okay, what if I select this one? It's just one little rock inside one little foliage. Oh, it's a static mesh. Oh, it's a static mesh. Okay, I think it's you can just get rid of this. And this one is also static mesh. Yeah, let's just get rid of that.
Great content. I look forward to catching more of your streams.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So now, if you press Ctrl H, everything should appear. Boom, right there. And oof, I totally forgot that I was trying to work on the fence before spawning assets. I'm going to cut out this fence into little pieces because we want a little bit more entrances to the green area, because this looks like we have some animals just how do you call it, like a stable. It looks like a stable, and that's not actually the point of this. We want this to feel more like a little village. Let me just double check the fences if there's no big problems or issues, and then I can start actually set dressing this. You see, like these little entrances, we want to get more of those to make things feel more nice. Just checking out that there's no floating fences. It's always nice to just give it a double check just to make sure. Oh, we got some floating fences right there. This means that we need to push it down a tiny bit here as well. Just push it down into the soil and also in there. Tiny bit. That's good. It's okay because we're gonna get these fences reworked a little bit, but I want to place some assets to really help the composition, and when I get a little bit of assets placed, I will know where can I cut these fences, so it helps the composition and makes more sense of the environment. Okay, cool. Let's just push it down a little. Also right here. Yep. Up, this is too it went way too down. We're flattening the landscape a little bit in some areas, so we got some placement of this. We need to just adjust a little bit the fence. Okay, I think that's great. Yep, just looking for like big gaps on the floor that might look weird. Here I think we can also just push it. This is the thing with fence blueprints. You can like spend hours just placing this in the right position, so it's kinda very time consuming. That's why I don't really wanna get into it right now. I kinda wanna advance with the next step. Okay, so we got this going. Yep, it looks kinda interesting. It's a little bit broken here, so we can push it up a tiny bit so it doesn't look like it's so twisted. And here we do have a little bit of intersection, so we can also just push it a tiny bit like that. That's good. Okay, great. Just double check. Super quick. Oh, do we have floating? Yeah, we got some floating fences here. You can also just pick the point and drop it with end, which will give you a quick solution, but sometimes it's nicer just to do it by hand, so you can pick the right, for example this one right there. We can drop a little bit into the ground a little bit, because it's interpolating the 2 points, so if one point is too high up, it won't really drop the other fence down. Here we do need to push down a little tiny bit, and if it breaks we need to push here. Okay, nice. Also here, let's just push down this little thing right there. Nice. Up right there. Here we worked on the little slope, so it's gonna really, we're gonna have a lot of floating fences right there. Okay, I like this. Oops, here we have an issue. We want to push it out and push it in from this side. You see here we got an issue because we want to push it down without this looking so like going down into the soil, so we need to actually play a little bit more with the curve right here and try to push down this a little bit more. That's the good thing about stylized assets. You can really twist this around. If you're going realistic, well, you don't have that much it's not so it's a little bit more strict. You need to really keep things more straight, because if you bend like a Megascan texture, it looks terrible. You cannot stretch them, you cannot really break them around. That's why stylized low poly, it's so nice. You can really get away with a little bit of stretching. Okay, so that's kind of cool. I like this, I like that. Let's go on this area, and we have the same problem here. So we're just gonna get this and push it into the soil, and get this one also down, and also this little point we can push up like that, a little bit like this. Okay, cool. So here, especially the areas that we flatten most, we're gonna have a little bit of this floating fence issue. You can do a PCG fence and get it to just go into the ground, which is kind of like probably the smartest way to do this. And I do have a PCG fence, but I was having like performance issues with that PCG graph, so I decided to go this way. I kind of want to check out the graph, because I saw a new tutorial today and I think I know what's the best solution for that. Okay, so here this just got into the ground a little bit too much. That's okay, I'm not gonna make it perfect now. Just really want to push these points a little bit into the ground. Okay, and today I want to try Dash, the free plugin, and I've been saying that for weeks. I don't know why I haven't. Oof, we have some serious problems here. Let's push this down like that, and this one also. When the point goes beyond the landscape and you press N key to drop it, it goes crazy like that, so be careful not to push it too much. So here, okay, do we have floating fences? A little bit. Sometimes the curve does not really work. Okay, let's get this a little bit like that. Make it a little bit, give it a nicer kind of shape, up like that, a little bit more stylized, and this one goes like this. Yeah, as long as it's not a straight shape, like a straight line, it's gonna look nice. Okay, here we got some, again, floating fences. So let's just push this one down a little bit like this, and get this one here like this, and this one like, oof, okay. Okay, yeah, we got some issues here because it's a very big curve. So one solution might be trying to push this up and getting this other point and pushing this maybe this one down, and this one, just get it like that. When you have slopes, this gets more tricky, like way more tricky, because you have this very weird deformation on the thing, and that starts looking bad. So you need to like really try to twist it in a better way. For example, this one, it's very broken, but it's okay. That's the place where we can actually break the spline and make shorter splines. Yep, just gonna fix these ones and we're done with this. Also, when splines are too very far away, the points, it gets a little harder to get them. And if you cannot really get the spline to touch the ground, you can always just move the ground. So there's no need to always push the spline. You can also push the landscape a little bit. That's the other option. Let's just push this around a little. Okay, let's get this one down. Yeah, this area actually changed a lot, so that's why we got this bunch of floating splines. You can be lazy and just push the whole spline down, but then you will get to, it's gonna look very bad in some areas. I'd rather just go a little bit point by point and push it down. Okay, I think that's it. I think we got that solved. Hey, how are you doing, Sherino? I got your blueprint. I'm gonna test it out. I modified the landscape, so I needed to just push all of these splines to the ground a little bit, because I flattened out some areas. So hopefully we are gonna start placing some assets. I also got a lot of redirectors cleaned from the scene, so performance is not performance, but the loading speed of the scene, it's much better. Okay, here we got some things to modify. Okay, I cannot see the point. Is it inside the house? Oh, where is the point? I see the point right here. Okay. There you go. Let's drop it. Let's just drop this one.
I have no idea where to clean the redirectors in 5.4.
You just go into the filters, show redirectors. So it's right, other filters, show redirectors. And you need to go file by file, unfortunately. You need to select each individual folder and go one by one, and it will show you the redirectors. Then you right click and clean redirectors. It took me a while to clean all of them. I had a bunch of redirectors to clean, and now the file opens way faster, which is amazing. Really like how it still takes a little bit, but not as long as before, because I did have a lot of missing references that I needed to clean. Okay, so this is kind of cool. Okay, here we do have another floating fence. Okay, cool. Almost there. Yep. Yeah, this is not the most glamorous work, but I think we got it. I think we got that going, most of it, and then with the set dressing we will realize where we need to cut this and make it look nicer, and just little by little we're gonna make it look super nice. So the first thing that I want to start with is actually placing the staircases. So some assets, some of these houses don't have staircases. So that's what we're going to check. Okay, we're gonna go into the buildings and start actually checking that out. Okay, so here we have staircase that goes into the building, and then here we got another staircase that just ends in there, which is not so nice. So let's try to find out if we can check for a stair. Some stairs. We need some stone stairs. So maybe inside the castle we can go into stair, and let's see if we can find a little stone stair to add to this little thing. Let's see which is the one that works. Nope, this is this is not the castle. It's actually inside the meshes, buildings, house, stairs. There you go. That's the one we need. Yep. Now we're gonna just copy the rotation of this asset, place it on the rotation right there, and it should give us the right rotation for this thing. So we can just place it, rotate it in 45 degrees, snap it like that, and see if we can place it like this. But it will look kind of weird because it's blocking the main entrance actually. So if we place it like that, kind of looks kind of weird. So now I think the best solution is actually putting it like this and trying to make this a 45 angle staircase, something around that area. Okay, that makes much more sense. But usually these ones work like this. They give you a square space that you can like walk into. This one, it's a interesting thing. We can try to just push the whole thing down, but I kind of like the height of this. Don't really want to push it into the ground. So this is one solution. So let's see if we can copy this location and paste it here, and also get this rotation and paste it right there or right here. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is one way to solve this. For now. Just so it doesn't block much of the main entrance.
Gotta love buildings which look like a mix between realistic and stylized, so you can use it with everything. Laughing face.
Oh yeah. There are so many styles in stylized art. Like, okay, we got a little hole there, it's okay. Those little things we're gonna fix eventually, because some of these buildings are going to have interiors, so I'm not gonna worry about that yet. I'm just finding little gaps that need stairways. So this is great. Let's continue with this one. This is good. Let's just find out if it has something there. Okay, here we need a big staircase. This one, we do need a big staircase here. So we can actually use.
Add a post-processing volume.
Yeah, I do have some post-process volumes. I've been actually playing with them, and it gets very confusing very fast when you have a lot of them. So I'm gonna add a little bit of staircase. I like it around this area, but we need to flip this building. I think that this is kind of good. Let me see if I can place this a little bit nicer into the building.
I just need one.
That's good. I need multiple. I need a lot of post-process volumes, and I need to.
You can build in a ladder.
I need. Yeah, we got ladders, but it's also nice to add like a nice staircase just for the player to be able to walk on without any other logic, required logic, because ladders do need some logic and animations, but we do want to have ladders. That'll be cool. Okay, so when this doesn't want to like move to the right point, you can go shift and just push it a little bit, and the camera will move a little bit more smoothly, and I kind of like it right there. Let's just try to move it a little bit there. Okay, let's see how it feels. Okay, not bad, nice. Now I want to select this asset and group with G, and then 45 degrees, just move it like that, and see if we can actually find a better placement. I think this looks much nicer, like around this area. Do we have more space there? Yeah, so around there, and then we take out
The classic way, interact with the ladder, show a crossfade, make the actor stand at the top, laughing face.
oh yeah, no, if you definitely want to have some sweet animations for if you're gonna do ladders, yeah, you want to show the player going up. Okay, no need to place this perfectly right now. Okay, nice. So the first thing is to get all the staircases going, and also here I kind of wanna move not the whole thing but the point, this little point. Is there a way to select that point? Yeah, there you go. I want to select this little point, and push this a little bit there. Something around that. That's kind of cool. Okay, let's push this. Oh, look at this. Oh, we got a mystery underground city here. Nice. I always like looking at the map from underneath the landscape. Looks so nice. We're gonna have some really interesting underground areas. So right here, let's just push it down. Poof. Cool. Nice. Let's just save. Oh, camera is flying too fast. You can adjust the camera speed with the mouse wheel, and it's super nice. Here we have a very big stretching on the little fence, so we need to interpolate these points a little bit nicer. That's better. Nice. Okay, this looks kind of nice. We need a little fence for the little second tree, the second floor of this, and the little stairs, they can have a little bit of a staircase. How do you call it? A fence, a railing, I guess it's called, for these stairs. Okay, so here also we need to find the right thing. We can push this down, but it's kind of nice to have it vertically. So the same, we can just copy the rotation, paste the rotation, and give it a 45 angle like that. And let's see if we can actually merge this somewhere interesting. very high staircase. I think we can really push that down. And what is this tree? This tree is too big, this spine. Let's go into the foliage tools. Let's select all our foliage and also go into select and select this little one. There you go, now it wants to select. Sometimes it doesn't like to, sometimes it does. So here I'm gonna make it a little smaller like that. That's the beauty about foliage tools. You can really move them around. Nice. We cannot really do that with PCG. Go this specific on each little prop is a little harder. Actually, let's just go here and push this one around that area, and also this point. Give it. Oops. This one also like a little bit. Nice. I think that's kind of nicer. Okay. Cool. Okay. So, yep. Now everything's starting to make more sense. The player can walk. There's staircases, and here we're gonna make another one. This one, actually, this one we can simply just. I think that we can just push this building down. That's probably the easiest solution. Just go and push it a little bit into the soil, like that. Maybe not that much, but I think that's kind of nice. We can get a little bit of more landscape here to cover up this, and we need to flatten out this little corner right there. Let's go into landscape, sculpt, flatten. So we can cut out this thing. So landscape, sculpt, flatten brush, and just pick up the area you want to flatten from and drag it, and you should be able to get this little area flatten out like this. And then go into smooth and get it a little bit smooth so it's not so sharp on that area. Nice. And let's just leave it like this. Save. And then we got this little thing. Also here, I don't like this corner. This corner looks like the building is gonna fall down. We need a more stable ground for it. So let's actually get the flatten brush again and try to get this little thing flattened out here like this, so we can get it a little bit more stable ground. There you go, that's it. No more. Smooth. Let's smooth out this little area a little tiny bit. That's it, no more. And go like save and save. Nice. Okay. Here, let's check. Staircase. I think we got a floating building right here. Let's see. No, it's okay. It's just a little crack that was placed right in the level of the landscape. That looked kind of funny. Here, I want to also landscape flatten out, so we have a nicer flat area here, so it looks a little bit more convincing. A little bit like this, just a tiny bit. That's it. Not too much. Save. Cool. Let's see what else we got. Here it's okay. There's no staircases. Ground. Oh, the ground changes a lot in here. Should we change it? Let's just erode it. So we have a nice slope. So it looks more natural. Because that kind of very heavy slope doesn't make sense. Let's go erosion and just go like. Yep, it's okay. So it's okay to have that little change in terrain, but we want it to be more smooth, a little bit like this. Okay. After the erosion tool, we want to smooth it out. so we don't leave any markings on the terrain. Looks nicer. Nice. Okay, that's nice. Let's check, just give it a quick quality check. So we got this super high staircase without a railing. We need to add some railing there. It's okay. Again, another high stair here. Let's see, it works. Do we have a back entrance? Yes, we do. It works. Everything's working. And here, do we have a back entrance to this building? Let's check. No, it's closed. Unclosed. Okay, and this one, there was one that had a back entrance, I remember. Okay, this is good. Okay, let's go here. This is the blacksmith. Oh, the blacksmith is not able to reach the little thing. So let's get this thing again. Just copy this rotation and paste it there, and rotate into 45. That way we'll align a little bit better, and just drop it. Push it in a little bit. It's okay. Maybe we can move it a tiny bit to the right. That feels good enough. Very high staircase, looks kind of weird. Maybe we can push the whole building down. Maybe that's a better solution. And we don't really want this. Well, it's okay. Oh, I found a floating fence. Just get the point, drop it. That's it. Do we have some stuff in here? Nice quality check. Sometimes when these bricks go in and it's cut right in there, it looks kind of strange. So might as well just go into landscape, and you can go sculpt, a very small brush, very soft strength, and just one click. That's it. Okay, maybe 2 clicks. Okay, maybe one more click around this area. That's it, no more. Little smooth. And just one click, and I think that's good enough. So we don't have those sticking out like that, because it looks a little bit kind of out of place. Now it looks more grounded. And so that's good. This big building, let's check it out. Do we have some back entrances here? No. Yep, we do have a back entrance here. So for that, we want to give the player a little bit more of space. If we ever going to use this, it's nice to also think about this, because it's always nice to have access to these areas. It's like a hidden kind of area. So let's just cut out the mountain a little bit, and let's just try to give more space for the player to be able to walk around this area. So I'm gonna just go into smooth and try to smooth it out. Not too much, because the difference in steepness is the slope is very high. So if I smooth it, it's gonna pick up all the other things. So this is something that it's not so nice. This is a very
barricade to keep it closed. Laughing face.
Yeah. It would be nice to make a stone wall to hold this mountain. But it's okay, like not every single door needs to be accessible, right? It's just totally fine to have like closed buildings as well. So I'm just gonna try to smooth out this a little bit, and that's it, no more. No more, no more. We got this going. Good, good. Yep, and that's it. We got all the staircases for the village. Yay! So we got some progress. Now we can add the railings and we can start with the set dressing. The railings are not a priority right now. I think they will look very nice and make everything look more, grounded. But what I want to really add is some little foliage, little grass, little rocks, little things like that. And maybe we can start adding a little farm and a little hay and horses and little stuff like that to just populate a little bit more this area, make it feel more alive. Yes, finally I got the landscape going. I knew this was going to take some time, and I'm very happy to get this solved. Okay, so let's see. So it's time to before we continue. This forest is just a little tree. I turned off the foliage there. So let's just play a little bit and see how it looks like. Just the terrain. I really want to see if it works. And let's see. Okay. Okay, nice. Now it's more flat. We can actually walk around. There's no like weird kind of levels. Okay, this is a little bit too high compared to the other stairs. Can maybe push it down a little. This is very buried into the thing. It's okay. Little details like that we're gonna continue fixing. Just checking out a little bit. Okay, okay, floating. Okay, we got some floating fences. It's okay. This is I mean, I don't really need to be this. It's not like polishing time right now, so, but it's kind of nice to fix things as you go along. Oh, we have a little level here. I just found out. Maybe this building we can push it into the ground for an easy fix. Just go like this. I think that's much better. Okay.
I sent you 2 screenshots of my asset test map. Happy face.
Nice. I'll check it as soon as I take a break. Okay. Let's push this a little bit up. I think that's kind of nice. It's okay. That's there. Okay. Let's double check. Nice. Nice. Okay, I think we got most of it. Yep. Oh, here we need to break the stairs, the thing, because we do have this entrance. Is this part of this? Okay, it's part of the asset of the preset. So, nice. Okay, right there. Cool. So we got most of it going. Okay, it's time to think a little bit about the what assets are we gonna place and where we gonna place them. So we want a farm for sure. So we're gonna use these green areas in the center for little farms. And we're gonna get more foliage and little props like boxes, hay, horses. I want some little grass. Maybe tiny little mushrooms, like red mushrooms, but just a couple of them growing maybe close to the trees, to the pine trees on the outskirts of the village. That'll be kind of nice. And yeah, I think it's gonna look very nice. So it's 3:20. I think I'm going to take a little break to have lunch and get some energy, and I will continue with this. We got some good progress. Yeah, we did a lot of the landscape work, which is it's very very important to make the buildings feel like actually placed correctly. Let's see, and next I actually going to continue with placing assets, set dressing, a little bit of foliage painting, and that will really make this environment look super nice. That will really bring it to something more finished. Okay, just a little smooth in there. That's the problem with the landscape. You cannot really get it perfect. It's like there's always something to modify on the landscape. It's like that's why working on the landscape gets very very tricky. You need to know when to take a break from it, because you can really spend days like working on the landscape, and that's why playing with the landscape, the placement of the buildings and the foliage is the great combination, and then it will just start looking good, and that's nice. All right, yeah, I would like to do some painting in the landscape. I'll do. Yeah, yeah. It's nice to know when to say it's good enough. Let's take a break. Let's move to something else. So to make this a visual, to have a good to have visual progress, let's say, to feel like we are actually progressing, we need to add the set dressing, the other foliage, and after we do that, we're gonna cut a little bit the fences. We're gonna make a little entrances, get some lanterns and stuff like that, and I think it's gonna start looking nicer. So I'm really trying to get this to a more finished state today.